So far, our Bix Culp strategies have become a chorus in the choir of additive bilingualism. As a rule, the common features of the mother tongue are taken for granted as being the same as those of English, which is unlikely to be true. As is the case for any additional language, English proficiency is taught and not just casually acquired. In contrast, we also tend to agree that the ease with which the mother tongue is learned socially via speaking and listening at home is not fully similar to the way we tackle another language in our classrooms. With English, learning to speak and listen is strongly related to the learning of writing and reading. Reflect on our previous discussion of how mother tongue speakers have to use their memory to make a link between words that they do know. Do you still remember how they also have to keep the context in which these words are written in mind? You are also reminded of how honored you are by the school and the community because of your ability to carry out the important task of simplifying this process of ensuring proficiency in additive bilingualism. Instructing your learners to acquire the most important tool of mastering their mother tongue is the primary school's first step. This first step is policy-driven and prevalent at foundation phase. As a dedicated intermediate phase teacher, your classroom context will have to take into account that the learners at grades 0 up to 3 are almost socially ready to embrace a new language. From grade 4, that is where you come in as the intermediate phase English teacher. Your exciting new tools will aid the learners to acquire a new language. Reflect on their exposure to television at home. Which language is most prevalent on the TV set? Is it commonly delivered with an acceptable educational taste or with a more palatable social one? These are the questions which tend to trouble English teachers, yet they should equally excite a dedicated intermediate phase teacher who aspires to bring positive change through English by using diverse teaching approaches or tools. In our exploration of step 2, we would most likely agree that it accommodates the reality that the television has already exposed children to English in a casual and social context. Nevertheless, your classroom context is much more educationally rich than the lounge at home in front of the TV. Your English classroom is casual, social, and, most importantly, educational by intention. It is where your learners hear you set clear learning outcomes specific to what is expected from them. Still, their comfort zones, the mother tongue and the television, are your most important linguistic tools. Now, just ask yourself these questions. How can I increase the learner's interest in English? Should I bring a television set or video-based lessons to class to enhance participation? Should I openly penalize and discourage mass absorption of English through the television? Should I promote dialogue between learners derived from the English-based programs they watched on television? Remember one critical value of television. By design and application, a TV is greatly prioritized as a role-play tool which serves as a rich dialogue-oriented media platform. The power is within you as to how you construct your lessons around this electronic social device for educational gains or proficiency in English as an additional language. Remember that a television effectively imitates a child's natural home setting in that it is mostly visual and oral. Speaking and viewing are thus embedded in it more than reading and writing. Can you afford to criticize it? Can you afford to accommodate it? These issues are highly debatable issues and interesting. We shall further explore the role and value of television in bilingual contexts as opposed to the role and value of a dictionary a bit later.